COVID-19 is a respiratory illness that can spread from person to person. The novel coronavirus that caused the illness was first identified in Wuhan, China. Coronavirus infects the animals. Until today, 7, including the new virus, have made the jump to humans, but most are not dangerous and just cause cold-like symptoms. The name comes from the Latin word corona, which means crown or halo. Under an electron microscope, these viruses are characterized by circles with spikes ending in little blobs. The animal source of COVID-19 has not yet been identified, but the original host is thought to be bats. Coronaviruses and flu viruses may cause similar symptoms, but genetically they are very different. Coronaviruses begin in animals, so humans have no natural immunity against them. Flu viruses incubate very rapidly. You tend to get symptoms 2 to 3 days after being infected, but coronaviruses take much longer, up to 2 weeks, to show the symptoms. We don't yet know how dangerous the new coronavirus is, and we won't know until more data comes in. But estimates of the mortality rate show that it is well below 1% among young people, which should go up for people with underlying health conditions to over 3%. It is more critical for people older than 80, and sometimes it could be up to 14%. In roughly 14% of the cases, the virus causes a severe disease, such as pneumonia and shortness of breath. In about 5% of the patients, it becomes critical, leading to respiratory failure, septic shock, and multiple organ failure. People of all ages are at risk of contracting the virus, although some people are much more likely than others to become seriously unwell. This includes people aged over 70 and people of any age living with long-term health conditions, which mean you normally be offered the flu jab. There are also some conditions that put people at a particularly high risk. Women who are pregnant, people with severe obesity, BMI greater than 40, people with chronic respiratory conditions such as asthma, people who have serious heart conditions, people with diabetes, renal failure, or liver disease, and people on immunosuppression therapies. Current estimates of the incubation period, meaning the time between infection and the onset of symptoms, ranges from 1 to 14 days. However, most infected people show symptoms within 5 to 6 days. There are also reports that some people who carry the virus may remain asymptomatic, meaning they do not show any symptoms. The common symptoms are fever, temperature of 38 or higher, tiredness and muscle pain, a persistent dry cough, headache, and/or shortness of breath. If you show mild symptoms of COVID-19, you must stay at home and call 1177 if necessary. To avoid infecting others, you need to stay home as long as you feel ill and even 2 days after you have fully recovered. The virus is new, so information is continuously updated. You should check with your local authorities for the latest advice.